Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, I'm feeling too sexy to accept requests. And I'm way too sexy to go unprotected. And she popped a Tesla, now she gonna let you.
Hello. Welcome back. This is Corinne. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing these bleach nails for Halloween. I know I'm so behind and late, but I'm so sorry about that. Life has been doing the most a little bit, and I've just been stuck. So right now I showed you the base color that I went in on my nails. And now I am just going in with some black polish, and we're going to start to draw the sword. So how has life been treating you guys? Let me know what has been going on with you down below. What did you guys do for Halloween? Obviously, this video is late. I tried to get it up by Halloween. That didn't work. And here we are almost 2 weeks into November, and just a little bit of a curveball. So let me know what you guys dressed up as for Halloween. Michael and I dressed up as Ichigo and Rukia from Bleach, and I do have those photos posted on my Instagram, so make sure you guys follow me if you want to see the photos. And so now I just went in with some red underneath, and I'm just drawing the handle of the sword. So this is the longer sword. If you guys are into anime, then you'll know. But this is Zangetsu. This is the long, thin sword that he has. And right now we're just drawing the handle to that sword. I'm going to cure pretty much in between everything. So you'll kind of see me curing a lot in between the video, but I do want you guys to know that I'm curing a lot. And when I don't, you'll be able to see it later on in the video. So I'm making sure that everything is going in the lamp. I apologize about the glare. But right now I am just going in and drawing the prongs, and they do kind of like a downward like windmill kind of style. So that is how we are drawing those. And I am using a reference photo. So now I'm going in with a little bit of line work. This is just a light gray just to kind of show the dimension in the blade. And it also kind of just helps to bring it to life. Also, let me know what nail designs you would like to see down below. I have, right now, I just have acrylic on my hands. I don't have a design necessarily planned for them, and I don't know what to do. So, drop down some video ideas of what you would like to see down below, and I will definitely start recording those for you guys. Excuse me. Right now I am drawing the other sword. Mike and I, we always joke and we call it the butter knife. It was his first sword. It's like huge and fat. It looks like a giant sharp butter knife. But right now I am just cleaning up the lines, making sure everything is nice and crisp. And of course I'm going in with the black, and then I'm going to go in and with that gray color that I used for the detail on the previous sword. And just to go in and make sure everything looks nice and seamless. So that gray color was the Beetles polish in the color 800. I wasn't sure if I showed it in the video, Excuse me. Like I said, I've been kind of editing this over a couple of weeks, so I wasn't sure if I showed the color, but it is the color number 800 in the Beetles Gel Polish. And like I said, I'm just using that gray to fill in the bottom half of the sword, like I said, to just kind of give it a little bit of dimension. So going in with this same gray, I'm filling in the handle part of the sword, and then I'm going to go back in with some black and just draw in the lines for the wrappings. So I left the middle two fingers for last, or partially last, because those were the hardest. As you can tell, I started going in with the gray, then I started going in with the white, and I just wasn't sure. So I drew basically both halves of the faces on both the fingers that way to make sure that they were even, and then going in with the eye sockets just to make sure that those were even. And so it's just a basic white. I don't know what the number is for the white, but that was 803 for the flesh tone nude color that we're going to use for Ichigo's skin. And right now I'm starting with the hollow mask since that was a little bit more detailed and faces scare me. So right now we are just working on the face. You'll kind of see me go back. I mean, we're working on the hollow mask. But you will see me go between both fingers as we kind of do them together just to make sure everything lines up. It's nice and even on both sides. So now I'm going in with some red polish. I'm not sure what color this is. This is from a Amazon kit that came with like 12 or 14 polishes. I'm not sure if I show it on screen, but if I do, I will let you know. If not, I think it's like lavender violets, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just the red that comes in that kit case pack thing. So right now I am just doing the outline of the lines of the mask, just making sure I'm getting the general shape and the curvature of the mask as well. And this is the middle of the mask where more so his nose is, so that way I can kind of pan out and make sure everything is going to be even, and then I can work from top to bottom. Now for the top of the mask, this was a little bit tricky, but you have to think about as you're recreating different cartoon characters, or creating, or recreating something like a drawing or anything, you want to look at it as basic shapes. So although he has a lot of different lines and stripes and ribbons of red in his mask, they're technically just a red patch with white triangles sticking out. So I drew the triangles that way it would mimic the cutouts or the ribboning of the red drape, kind of, I guess it's necessarily drape stripes over the mask. It's weird to describe, but the way that it covers the mask. So I'm doing a couple of upside down triangles, and that is what is going to give us that illusion. So now that we have our stripes and our triangles, we are going to fill in the blank spaces. We are not going to fill in the triangle, just the area around them. And you do want to make sure you go slow and take your time. You don't want to mess up all of your hard work, especially because it takes a lot of time. As a matter of fact, comment down below how long you think this nail art took me, and I will give you a few seconds to guess. Go ahead, write down your answer, because I don't want to forget that I told you guys to do this in the middle of the video and I never tell you the time. So I'll give you a few more seconds. Guess how long these nails took me. The nails were already on. All I did was put on the color and the actual design. So guess how long these took me. Give you 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. These nails took me 3 hours just on one hand. So it's definitely a lot of detail. It's definitely a lot of art, but of course it's always the love and the passion behind the nails. Like, yes, it took me this much time, but they're freaking adorable. I had gotten so many compliments. People asked me, were they stickers? People asked me, are those real? Did you draw those yourself? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and yes, it's very sweet, it's flattering, but people love the nail art, and your clients will too. So definitely make sure you take your time and of course enjoy the process. So now I'm going in with some upside down triangle, or I'm sorry, right side up triangle, so the points are up. And I am drawing in the teeth on the hollow mask. So this was kind of hard for me because it looked kind of muddled, but also defined, like kind of like a gray cast. I don't know, it was kind of weird, but it also had like a black gap in the middle. Maybe like the mouth was open. Maybe it's just the photo I used. So I did try to copy and mimic that as best I could. Hindsight, I probably would have changed it up just a little bit now that I, have finally done something like this. This was my first time trying to recreate kind of like any cartoon characters, anything like that, like actually like full on hand paint. I've done a few people in the past, like Pennywise and all that good stuff, but it's been a long time since I've done it. So this was definitely weird, and a little bit different for me, but I loved it. I would definitely do it again. I really wish I could have kept those nails, but they were a prey. The bad boys were not coming off. And unfortunately I had to soak them. I was trying to soak them underneath and it just wasn't working. So I added that black gap in between the teeth, and now I'm drawing on the bottom row of teeth, and I'm just filling in any gaps. I'm also going to go in and fill in the eye now. Since both of the eyes are completely black, I'm just going in with the black, and then I'm going to put the yellow on top, and then of course cure in between each layer. And I'm going to put the yellow on top of this and then add the pupil. So now just going in on the bottom of the mask, he does have a little bit of striping down at the bottom. And because it is smaller in comparison to the rest of the mask, I was able to just go in with two lines, and I did the triangle without having to purposely go in and do it. So that ended up working out really well for me. Now I'm just going in with some pastel yellow. That way they look kind of golden, like they're glowing. I wish I had a deeper yellow, but I didn't. So I just used what I had on hand. And I just cleaned that up a little bit so it looked a little bit more dark and mysterious. So once I added the pupil, it kind of just brought everything to life. Like it looks so much more lifelike. I was so happy with the way it turned out. And I'm adding a little bit of black over top of that yellow just to kind of show more of like a angrier kind of gaze, like a more menacing kind of look to him. And I just feel like they turned out so dope. Like, look at that. Ah! Okay, so now to the other side of the face. I'm still going in with, I think it's 803, and it is by Beetles. It's just this flesh tone, kind of nudie kind of color. And it worked out perfectly because Ichigo was kind of the shade, so it worked out. Now I'm just going in and doing his skin. I'm just gonna fill in the features of his face. And I'll just lightly go in for his nose and lips later on, but really we're just trying to get the eyes. And of course, I'm just using some acetone to clean everything up. And as you see me tapping, I am just filling in some of the, I'm just popping some of the bubbles. So now I went in with the black and just touched that up a little bit, cured that, and now I'm going in with the yellow and doing the pupils. Basically the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going in and drawing his eyebrow. And next, I think I'm going within his, yes, so I'm going in with an orange color I made. So it is the Airbit P16 or P17, whatever that orange is. And I went in with a little bit of that pastel yellow we use on the eyes just to make a more kind of ginger orange hair because he is a ginger. And I'm just going in behind the mask so it looks like the mask is on top. And I am just going in and filling in his hair on the back, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so yeah, those were the two colors that I used to mix to make that orange color. And I'm just going in and filling in his hair. So because it does kind of have he's from an anime, kind of has that spiky hair kind of look to him, we are going to go ahead and draw in those general shapes. And then we're going to go in with the black and outline it later. So on the other side, it wasn't quite dark enough like how it was on my middle finger. And so I'm just going in with a second coat of the orange. That way everything looks nice and vibrant. So now I'm just going in with some white, and I am barely going over the white that we had on, I'm sorry, the gray and the black stripes that we had for his sword handle. I wanted to match a little bit better with this gray white that we made out of the gray and the white that we had that I used previously. And so now I'm just drawing the rest of the cloth. So, or the cloth wrapping, or I can't think of what it's called, but right now we're going with cloth wrapping. I wasn't sure how I wanted it to drape down the nail, so you'll see me, I kind of did two different ways. I like the second one better, and so you'll see me just going in with some acetone and just erasing the first one. So I'm going in with the black, and I'm just outlining that wrap, and I'm basically going to go back in and outline everything. So now I'm just going in and drawing some lines for detail on top of the wrap. So now that everything is pretty much done, I'm just going in and outlining everything. And I'm still using that same black polish. So you see where I went in and I put the outline on the top of the hollow mask. I didn't like it at first, but then it also looked weird without it. So I don't know. I wasn't sure how I really felt about it. So I did end up going back in and adding the outline to the top of the mask and putting some more matte polish on. So that way it looked like it was still part of the original design. But I'll show you that closer towards the end of the video. So I'm just giving my nails one more look over just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Make sure everything looks good. And now I'm just going in with some Beetles matte top coat. And then I realized, yes, everything was cured, but matte top coat tends to smudge and run. I don't know what it is. So you'll see me kind of wipe it off at the bottom, and then I'll go back in and reapply. So I'll put it in for like 2 seconds just to quickly cure it, and then come back out and finish putting the top coat on the rest of the nails. But yeah, matte top coat is very weird for me. Even my Hot Tips one does it. And I actually love that one. I like it better than the Beetles Gel matte top coat. But I don't know what it is. They both smear and smudge the polish underneath or any like line work and stuff. So that's really weird. Excuse me. And you want to make sure that you, of course, get all of the gel polish off the skin. One, so your application and your finished product doesn't look messy, but two, matte top coat burns when it's on the skin. So make sure if you have anything on there, you wipe it off. And this is our final product. The cuticle oil is available on my website. It is just a rose gold cuticle oil, and we do have a cupcake scented one. So this is what the nails look like after, like kind of in the natural daylight. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you create these nails, tag me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.